The largest aircraft ever built in the world. Antonov An 225. Mriya. Imagine a plane so vast its wings could cast a shadow over a football stadium. That was the Antonov An 225 Mriya, the heaviest and largest fixed-wing aircraft ever to take to the skies. With a wingspan of 88.4 meters and a cargo hold larger than most hangars, it was built to carry the Soviet Buran shuttle and oversized rocket components, yet ended up becoming a crucial global freight mover, even aiding pandemic relief missions before its tragic destruction in Ukraine. The size posed massive challenges. Landing it required fortress-sized runways and precise piloting. But just knowing such a machine existed teaches us that sometimes engineering is the art of dreaming impossible. Imagine catching groceries while something 6 times bigger than a 747 towers over you. Thrilling, right? Stay informed. And remember, in aviation, scale isn't just for show. Stratolaunch Rock. Flying in next is the Stratolaunch Rock, the world's widest wingspan at a staggering 117 meters. A twin fuselage behemoth born from ambition to launch rockets mid-air. Originally imagined for spaceflight, Rock has pivoted into hypersonic flight testing, launching vehicles like Talon A at Mach 5 speeds, a feat only possible because of that monstrous wingspan and unconventional design. Yet skeptics worry its business model may be too lofty and expensive to sustain. Still, seeing technology pivot from space dreams to practical defense makes you wonder what's next. It's like building a luxury yacht and then realizing its best use is firefighting. Here's your takeaway. Innovation isn't always linear, and giants like Rock remind us magic lives at the fringes of daring ideas. Airbus Beluga XL. Next up, the Airbus Beluga XL, the fluffiest-looking giant in the skies, designed to carry oversized aircraft parts between European factories with ease. Its bulbous, whale-like fuselage hides a cavernous cargo hold that swallows Airbus wings whole. And no, it won't haul you to the Seychelles, but it's essential in putting together planes. It's huge, sure, but critics say it's a specialized solution that demands specialized infrastructure, so its agility is limited by where it can land. Still, its whimsical design injects joy into logistics, proving that practicality and personality can fly together. Keep watching, because engineering doesn't always have to look serious to be revolutionary. Lockheed C5 Galaxy. Here's a military massive, the Lockheed C5 Galaxy, the United States Air Force's strategic lifter since the late 60s, capable of hauling tanks, helicopters, or humanitarian aid across continents with ease. At nearly 248 feet long and a wingspan over 222 feet, it turns global response into a routine mission. But aging airframes and maintenance costs raise tough questions about long-term viability. Still, this airborne behemoth taught us that when stakes are high, logistics become lifelines. And sometimes, military muscle steps in to save in peacetime crises. It's a reminder that preparation isn't just about muscle, it's about reach and timing. Logistics is the unsung hero of every operation, and C5 embodies that silent power. Aero Spacelines Super Guppy. Then we have the delightfully odd Super Guppy, a turboprop freighter with a bulbous belly, specially built to haul rocket stages during the Apollo program, like a flying jelly bean with a mission. Complex to fly and with limited speed, it nevertheless proved invaluable for carrying outsized payloads no other plane could manage, until something bigger came along. It shows that sometimes you don't need to be sleek, just bold. Imagine choosing function over form so daringly that your plane looks like dough, but still changes the game. That's a lesson in aviation creativity you'll want to remember. Boeing B-52 Stratofortress. Meet the granddaddy of modern bombers. The B-52 Stratofortress, almost 70 years old and still airborne, reminding us that durability can outmatch novelty. While not the largest by dimensions, its long fuselage and iconic 8-engine design have made it an enduring symbol of endurance and deterrence. Sure, critics argue it's outdated and costly to maintain, but its longevity proves that good design isn't always about being new. It's about adaptability. Think of it as the vintage muscle car that's still outpacing the Prius, timeless and relentless. Antonov An 124 Ruslan. Sibling to the An 225, the Antonov An 124 Ruslan remains one of the world's heftiest military cargo planes, able to haul 150 tons of equipment across borders with surprising grace. With a cargo hold wider than most warehouses, it's the workhorse behind countless humanitarian missions, though airlift demand and geopolitics can make availability a gamble. But this plane teaches us flexibility. It's not about the flashiest, but the most reliable, like that trusty pickup truck in Dad's garage that's still the first to start in winter. Boeing Dreamlifter. Here's a logistics legend. The Boeing Dreamlifter, a modified 747 so gargantuan it carries entire 787 Dreamliner sections across the globe. Its cargo volume is 3 times that of a standard 747 freighter, turning nightmare logistics into smooth assembly line flow. Yet its outsized belly comes with high operating costs and limited landing field options. But when synchronization matters, you don't skimp. It's like hiring a moving truck the size of a barn. Overkill, maybe, but fast, efficient, and oddly satisfying. Caspian Sea Monster, KM Ekranoplan. Now buckle up for the Caspian Sea Monster, a Soviet ekranoplan that flew just inches above water using ground effect physics, bigger than a 747 and armed with missiles. It was a Cold War techno-freak show and a mystery even to engineers, and then vanished. It taught us that innovation can be wild, experimental, and short-lived, but iconic nonetheless. It's the aviation equivalent of a concept car. You might never use it, but you'll never forget it. Latticoair 631 flying boat. Now let's talk about the Latticoair 631, a flying boat so ambitious it tried to turn oceans into runways. Designed in France during the 1930s and first flown in 1942, this 6-engine Leviathan was once the largest passenger seaplane ever built, meant to carry over 40 passengers across the Atlantic in luxury. But despite its visionary design, it was plagued by engine problems, navigation issues, and eventually tragedy. Several fatal crashes, including a mysterious disappearance over the Atlantic in 1950, sealed its fate. But here's the twist. Its failure wasn't technical incompetence, it was timing. By the time it was ready, airports were booming, runways were longer, and jets were faster. North American XB-70 Valkyrie. And now, let's fly into sci-fi territory, the North American XB-70 Valkyrie. This Mach 3 marvel looked like it came straight out of a Star Wars hangar, with a delta wing design that flexed mid-flight and 6 engines that could outrun anything on radar, at least in theory. Intended to be a high-altitude, nuclear-capable bomber. In the 1960s, it could cruise at 70,000 feet and speeds over 2,000 miles per hour. But it was born into a shifting world, one where intercontinental ballistic missiles made long-range bombers less relevant. And after a tragic mid-air collision during testing, the program was scrapped. So, which of these airborne giants fascinates you most? The dream-hauling An-225, the space-launching rock, or the mysterious sea monster that skimmed the water? Hit that like button if you love scale, subscribe for more high-octane aerospace stories, and drop a comment naming your favorite beast in the sky. These planes remind us just how big our dreams and our ambitions can truly get.